The Tox Uthat has fallen into the hands of the Tholians. Our intelligence indicates increased Tholian activity in the Nakul system. Dano believes they are trying to interfere with the Nakul in the present because of actions they will take in the future. Dano has asked you to rendezvous with him in the Nakul system.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. In the last episode, myself and my senior staff were taken off of shore leave and temporarily assigned to this ship, the Diadem, to investigate the sudden death of a star. Our investigation revealed not only that the system was inhabited by a species known as the Lucari, but that the star was destabilized deliberately by the Tholian Assembly in the hopes of luring a scientist and technology from our future to repair it, at which point they would steal the device for themselves. We were fortunately successful in restoring the star. However, the Tholians' plan was successful as well, and we are now on course for the Nakul system to intercept them and hopefully retrieve the Tox Uthat before they can use it and potentially damage our timeline. Let's get into it.
Good to see you again. Thank you for responding to my message so quickly. The Tholians have the quantum phase inhibitor. I've tracked their ship to this system, and I'm detecting some telltale quantum fluctuations within the star. They're trying to use the device. We need to stop them and recover it. First, however, we need to help the Nakul. At this point in their history, they're not prepared to repel a Tholian attack.
Agreed. Helm, set a course with the Tholian vessel. Koles, bring us up to red alert. Terrell, send a message to the Tholians. Tell them that if they surrender the Tox Uthat, then hostilities can be avoided. But if they don't, we will fire upon them. I don't expect them to listen to me, or even a response to this. But it's worth a try, if it saves some lives.
Unidentified vessel. You have entered our space without authorization. If you are an ally of the Tholians, leave now. We have done nothing to provoke their attacks, but we will defend ourselves.
Greetings, Representative. I'm Captain Blue Ninja of the Federation starship Diadem. And fortunately, we are not allied with the Tholians. In fact, we're here to stop them. We will render whatever assistance to you we can. What do you need?
Thank you. My people have few warships. Any assistance you could provide against the Tholians would be appreciated.
Consider it done. Right, now that we're on good terms with the Nakul, Helm, bring us in! Red alert! Charge phaser banks, load torpedoes, target the nearest Tholian mesh weaver, fire all weapons! Hot to starboard, attack button, Delta 7. Give them an attractor beam and fire all weapons. They've conjured a mesh, Helm, avoid it. And keep concentrating fire on that orb weaver. Their structural integrity is down to 67%. Their aft shields are down. Coles, finish them off. Orb weaver destroyed. Shift our target to the starboard mesh weaver. Fire! Mesh weaver destroyed. Looks like there's one more ship left. A mesh weaver behind a mesh. Helm, get us to the other side. Coles, prepare to destroy them. Fire! Looks like that last quantum torpedo finished them off. Helm, let's increase the distance. Right.
We appreciate your assistance. It is not often that we encounter a species willing to risk their lives for another. we are still detecting Tholian ships near our star, as well as some unusual quantum fluctuations. It's as if the star's nuclear fusion is decaying at an increased rate.
Yes, Representative. Unfortunately, these quantum fluctuations can be explained and are related to the Tholians. A few days ago, they managed to steal a device from us that interferes with the fusion processes of a sun. At the time, we were attempting to use the device to repair a different star, and they got us by surprise.
So this is your fault? Why would you make such a terrible thing?
Well,
you caused this problem. I expect you to fix it, or we will hold you and your people responsible for the consequences.
I assure you, Representative, this device was not created in the hopes of destroying suns, and this situation is completely unintended. Dano, on the other vessel with us, created that device in our future, and the Tholians stole it from him. We're just trying to set things right. Perfect. They closed the channel. Terrell, hail Dano, see if he has any ideas on what to do next.
I should have never made that device. I was only focused on the idea, on whether it was possible. I didn't stop to think of all the harm it could do in the wrong hands. We have to stop the Tholians before they shut down the star's fusion. If that happens, the effect on this system will be devastating. The Nakul will lose their home, and life will probably never develop here again.
Agreed. If that star dies, the Representative is right. It would be our fault, and we can't let that happen. Helm, lane a course to the star, full impulse, weapons hot.
The lead Tholian ship has the quantum phase inhibitor. They're going to use it on the star. We have to stop them. Board that vessel and get it back.
Agreed. It's Coles, low torpedo bays, part of phaser banks. Unfortunately, there's a fleet of other Tholian vessels between us and that ship. We'll have to just go through them. Helm, take us in. Coles, engage all enemies. Target that mesh weaver, fire. Get them to tractor beam, target a tachyon beam to weaken their shields.
Curse it for it. If they hadn't chased me, none of this would have happened.
They've conjured a mesh. Helm, be sure to avoid that. Target the next mesh weaver, fire all weapons. Another mesh, hard to port. Target a different mesh weaver.
They might have traced me to this time. We'll have to go further into the past to hide the quantum phase inhibitor.
With respect, Mr. Dano, we can deal with that later once we've actually retrieved the device. Aft weapons, fire! Hot to starboard. Fire a spread of quantum torpedoes.
Get it back from them in the first place.
That's what I said. Alright, that's all the mesh weaver's done. Helm, take us to our next obstacle. Full impulse. Right, we've got 2 recluses on sensors and an orb weaver. The port recluse is the one with the Tox Uthat. Let's destroy the first 2 vessels before we engage it. Come on, tactical, let's do this quickly. Fire! Aft weapons, fire! Their structural integrity is down to 67%. Their facing shields are down. Get them in a tractor beam. Fire! That's the orb weaver down. Get that recluse quickly. Coles, fire everything we have. If we don't intercept that vessel before they use the Tox Uthat, before they complete their usage of the Tox Uthat, then God, I don't even know what we're gonna do. Fire! Fire a tachyon beam from the main deflector. It'll weaken their shields. Let's follow it up with a spread of torpedoes. Fire!
Oh no, they're using the Tox Uthat.
My god, the sun! No! The sun! My god. Well, I don't believe there's anything can be done. Fortunately, whatever process that Tox Uthat used to destroy it, the sun isn't going supernova, so we don't have that to worry about at least. We'll have to send vessels. Damn it. Destroy that fighter! God, we'll have to send vessels here to aid the Nakulian evacuation or finding a new home. For God's sake, that bloody... We'll have to send vessels here to aid the Nakulian evacuations and finding a new home planet. But judging by how the Nakul reacted to us earlier... God, I don't think they'll accept it. Of course, it'll be in their best interests if they did, but... Damn. Well, at the very least, we can stop the Tholians from escaping and using that Tox Uthat on a new star. Helm hard about! Target that recluse! Fire all weapons! Let's disable them! Coles, fire to disable target weapons and shields! Get them in a tractor beam! Right, the vessel's disabled. Flores says that sensors confirm that Tox Uthat is aboard that recluse. However, she says that transporters can't get a lock, likely because of the technology it uses, from our future. She says there's too much interference. She recommends we send an away team on a shuttle to board the ship and retrieve the device. Agreed, Commander. You have the bridge. Terrell, Nessis, Coles, and Jerez, you're with me. Signal Caldana to join us in the shuttle bay. The environment on board that Tholian vessel is demon class. We'll have to use EV suits. Let's bring them on board the shuttle and get prepared.
We've docked with a Tholian ship. The good news is that my scans indicate the quantum phase inhibitor is on the bridge. All we need to do is go get it. The bad news is that the Tholians know we're here. They're not gonna give up without a fight.
Fortunately, neither are we. Right, let's get those EV suits on and let's prepare to move out. With me. Right, weapons ready. They're likely sending security teams down here. Clear so far. With me. Speak of the devil! Fire! The devil? What the hell is that? Whatever it is.
Tholians, just as xenophobic and opportunistic in your time as mine.
Christ more. Xenophobic and opportunistic indeed. Fortunately, they don't seem to have very sophisticated personal shielding. We're ahead of them in that regard. Should make our jobs a little easier. Right, with me. Weapons ready. Right, the door ahead of us is sealed. This one isn't, but we've got Tholians on the other side. Let's prepare to engage them. I can see them. I'm throwing a grenade. Oh Christ, they're right here. Right, the room's clear.
We have to be getting closer to the Tox Uthat. Stay alert.
Hold on! Are there consoles on the ceiling? What the hell? Wait, hold on. They've got gravity plating in the walls. Wait, give me a second. Cal, give me a second. Fascinating. Anyway, let's get down to that door. Right, we're getting closer to that bridge. Those two are vaporized. There's another one down. With me! More Tholians!
The bridge should be just ahead.
Understood. Let's be ready. Right, the side's clear. The bridge should be just beyond this corridor. Right. Right, I'm detecting 3 Tholians ahead of us. We outnumber them at least. Right. Let's move in. Right, that looks like the captain. Right, throwing a grenade. Let's engage. Fire! Right, engage the captain. Bloody hell, avoid that! I have no idea what it is, but it seems to... it's damn sticky. Right, I'm throwing another grenade. Captain's got a hell of a personal shield. But it's not good enough.
Now we just need to drop that force field, get the quantum phase inhibitor, and get off this ship before the rest of the Tholians get here to stop us.
Agreed, let's make this quick. They've likely got more security teams headed to this... They've likely got more security teams headed to this location as we speak. It's unfortunate we weren't able to get it before the Tholians used it, but at least we'll have it once again. Right, force field down. Let's get the Tox Uthat and let's get back to the shuttle.
Finally, we have the quantum phase inhibitor. I brought this device through time to hide it from the Vorgons, but I never thought the Tholians would steal it. Now we need to hide it where it will be safe from both of them. Are you ready? This will be a longer trip than you're used to taking.
Well, we can hardly leave the Tox Uthat in this time. Let's get us back to the shuttle and leave immediately. Energize! Let's get back to the ship. Tell them to power up the temporal drive on Dano's ship, interface it with the Diadem.
Set a course for the Ryza system.
Engage!
Ryza, early 22nd century. Even the tourists won't be in this region for a few years yet. No one will be looking for the quantum phase inhibitor here. Not now, anyway. Let's try that cave up ahead. It looks like a good spot.
Acknowledged, Cal.
Wow, rain on Ryza. I guess they haven't installed the weather control systems yet.
I forgot about that. It did used to constantly rain there. And I'm totally soaked. And this is my best uniform as well. If this doesn't dry properly, I'll have to replicate a new one. Right, Cal, with me. God, Cal had the right idea. He's got an EV suit. Well, I'm soaked anyway. No use avoiding the water. Come on. I forgot about the rain systems because I was just here 2 days... Well, no, not 2 days ago. 300 years from now. For my shore leave. Didn't rain then. In fact, it was a bloody paradise. And there's decidedly fewer scantily clad natives.
We have to hide the device very well. I can't afford to let it fall into the wrong hands again. And the Vorgons are very persistent.
Yes, of course. I'll find a good spot. Pile of dirt over here. Let's try this one. What about this one?
No, that's too obvious. Anyone could find it there.
Obvious? We're in a cave in the middle of nowhere. Very well, you're the expert. Right, and how about this one?
That's better, but I still think it will be too easy to find.
How are you judging this? This looks exactly the same as the other one. Whatever. Oh, there's a spot over here. What about this one?
That's it. Someone will find it in a few hundred years, but that's a different story for a different captain. Let's get back to your time. We need to check on the Nakul.
Indeed. Right, now that the Tox Uthat is hidden well, apparently. Let's exit the cave and contact the Diadem. Right, Cal, with me. Right, Captain Blue Ninja to USS Diadem. The Tox Uthat is hidden and waiting for Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise D to find it in about 300 years. We're ready to leave. Energize.
Setting course for 2410.
We need to get back to the Nakul.
Flores reports that we've arrived back in the Nakul system in the present. She says Dano has launched his vessel, and apparently there are still Tholians hanging about, and they're hailing us. Now that we stole the Tox Uthat back from them, they want to speak to us. On screen, Flores.
Return the Tox Uthat, and we will let you live.
We don't have it! We hid it where you'll never find it, so you can go to hell. And they close the channel. Helm, take us in range. Let's give them a chance to surrender before we destroy them. It's a fleet of mesh weavers after all, nothing we can't take. Even if we are just a science vessel. Full stop. Colors, prepare to return fire. Fire! Right, let's clear out the Nakul system for them. We're in 2 tractor beams. How the basic maneuvers? Hard about. Fire a spread of quantum torpedoes. Off weapons! Fire! Right, that mesh reaver structural integrity is down to 10%. Few more shots to do it. Right, Toles, target the next. Target a tachyon beam and get them in a tractor beam. Fire all weapons. Two down, 3 to go. That's another mesh weaver.
Mayday! My temporal drive has been damaged.
This is Captain Walker of the USS Postok. We are responding to a temporal distress call. Do you require assistance?
Where the hell did Dano go? What the hell? We're not detecting him on sensors. It seems like his temporal drive activated. We don't know how to try. We can't trace that, and even if we could, we don't have the technology to follow him. But the Postok's back here. Maybe they can help us. They're engaging those Tholians. Helm, let's assist them. Bring us in range. Destroy that recluse. The last time we saw the USS Postok, it was in orbit of that old Telshia prison planet.
What happened to our son? What did you do?
A representative, unfortunately, we were not able to stop the Tholians. But we were able to retrieve the Tox Uthat and prevent them from using it to destroy any more stars. And the Federation is more than willing to send vessels here to help you find a new homeworld and assist you in any way we can. It's an unfortunate situation. We did our best.
I'm sure that will be a great comfort to our citizens as they freeze to death.
Like I said, we'll do everything we can to assist you.
You have done quite enough. Leave us alone. Time travelers and malcontents and Tholians. The whole lot of you can fall into a black hole. Now go. We have to figure out how to save our people. And then we'll take steps to protect ourselves. Time is a weapon, and it will never be turned against us again.
Well, the offer still stands. If you ever change your mind, we will be more than willing. As I had anticipated, the Nakul, unfortunately, aren't going to accept assistance from us. Damn. But now that the Postok's here, maybe they can assist us. Maybe we could use their temporal drive to fix this situation. Terrell, open a channel.
This is Captain Benjamin Walker of the USS Postok. I'm responding to an emergency temporal transmission from these space-time coordinates, but we are no longer detecting the source of these transmissions. Did you lose a time traveler?
Yes, indeed we did. A man called Dano. His ship was damaged in the detonation of a Tholian warp core, and he fell through a temporal portal. We have no idea where he went.
I think you better come aboard while we resolve this. Prepare for transport.
Right, of course, right away. Flores, you have the bridge. I guess I'm gonna have to help them aboard the Postok. That should be interesting. Energize. Captain Walker, pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Captain Blue Ninja of the USS Diadem.
Greetings. It's nice to see you again.
Again? I believe I've seen your vessel before, but I don't think we've ever met.
Not that you remember. We need to scan the continuum for Dano. Would you care to assist me?
Of course, Captain. Righty, and you seem to indicate this console. I really hope that they have a similar operating system to ours. And they do. They seem to be using a slightly altered version of the LCAR system, but I should know this system like the back of someone else's hand, so to speak. I don't think anyone's ever said that. Right, where are you, Cal? Come on. I think I've got something. Captain!
Were you able to locate Dano?
I believe I have. I've detected his temporal beacon in the 22nd century. But the readings are unusual. I may be just misreading it because of the system.
Enter the temporal coordinates into the transporter.
Acknowledged. Right, come on, Cal. Come on, energizing. What the hell? No! Cal! No!
What happened with Dano?
He's dead, and it looks like he's been dead for centuries. I must have done something wrong when I was scanning.
No, this was meant to happen.
What?
Dano went further back into the past than you knew. The NX-01 Enterprise, captained by Jonathan Archer, found his ship in the 22nd century, and his chief engineer activated Dano's emergency temporal circuit, which returned the ship to its last known time, this one. But by the time that happened, Dano had been dead for centuries. The Tox Uthat is safe. It was found in the mid-24th century by Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who destroyed it before it could be used to harm others.
So this was meant to happen? Oh, and what about the Nakul? Is there anything we can do for them?
Altering the past causes ripples. The effects move through time, shifting everything they touch, and it may take eons for all of them to be seen. The Nakul will survive, although their homeworld will be lost. They will become time travelers themselves, and their actions in the temporal Cold War shape the galaxy you now know. There are some things you shouldn't change, that you can't change.
You mean this was supposed to happen? Oh, God. You mentioned the temporal Cold War. I believe I've heard it from another person before, Daniels. What is it?
You could check Captain Archer's old logs for more information,
Really?
but you will know all about it soon enough. You are entering a dangerous era in history. Time travel like warp drive before it will radically change your society. I'll see you again. We have a lot to do.
Well, that's certainly ominous. Not sure I like the sound of that, but, well, I guess I'll find out what he means eventually. Soon, apparently. It was nice meeting you, Captain. I regret what happened to Cal, but, well, guess it's supposed to happen. Thank you for the explanation, Captain. Well, farewell until then, Captain. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Flores, one to beam up. Energize.
This is a sad day for the Federation. We failed to save the Nakul system. And our friend from the future, Dano, is dead. I know you did everything you could. Sometimes, Especially when we venture into time travel, things must play out a certain way. So, at least the timeline has been preserved. Captain Picard can now find the Tox Uthat on Risa in the 24th century. Still, let us mourn for Cal Dano and the Nakul people.
Indeed, Admiral, I do regret the situation, but according to the Pastak, it is supposed to happen. All of it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really do hate temporal mechanics, you know. But Admiral, I'm aware that now that the Tox Uthat situation is resolved, we are set to leave the Diadem. However, I would like to request that rather than resuming our shore leave, you transfer us to another vessel, perhaps, until the Temur has been refitted. I believe 28 days on Rise is quite enough. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.